The Cayo Perico Heist and the biggest ever DLC update to come to GTA Online is only a couple short weeks away, and we've got a pretty decent amount of info so far. If you haven't been keeping up to date with what's going on, definitely check out the trailer breakdown I did last week. We went over the trailer and all of the info that Rockstar gave us, but even though we got a fair bit of info, there's still a lot of things that we don't know. So today, we're gonna go over 7 things I want to see in this DLC update to keep everyone playing for months to come, instead of just providing a couple of weeks of fun and then we all go back to our other games like a lot of the other DLCs have. So if you enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated, and make sure to subscribe for more stuff like this, and let's jump in. Starting at number 1, and this is the most obvious one to anyone who watched that trailer, make the Cayo Perico Island open to free roam. Ever since GTA Online came out on October 1st in 2013, we haven't got a single map expansion. The closest thing we've actually got to a map expansion was the casino being built last year, which is kinda, sort of disappointing. The original map is great, but it's kind of boring now, especially when you've been playing it for 7 years. Most people have done everything, and we just want something new to explore. The island Rockstar teased in the trailer looks really great, but at this stage, it's actually kind of looking likely that it's only going to be able to be playable in the Cayo Perico Heist, and this is because of the way Rockstar worded the Cayo Perico newswire. There's 2 parts that are pretty concerning here. The first one is where they say, just make it back to Los Santos in one piece, and the second part where they say the Cayo Perico Heist is the biggest GTA Online adventure ever, introducing an all-new exotic heist location. Notice how they said heist location, not just location or free roam location even. But if Rockstar is serious about this being the biggest DLC ever and want this DLC to keep GTA Online going, really up until the release of the expanded and enhanced version in 2021, this island is gonna need to be accessible in free roam. Now, do I personally think it's gonna be available in free roam? No, I don't. It would be a huge change to the dynamic of GTA Online, and I don't know if that's something Rockstar is willing to do on PS4 and Xbox One. Firstly, because the expanded and enhanced version is coming next year, but also because these consoles just might not actually be able to run a map expansion. Of course, I'm not a developer, but you would have to think that this is something that Rockstar would have already done if they could. Like I said, this map and this game have been out for 7 years. This is something people have wanted for so long. I just think they would have done it already if they could on these consoles. At number 2, we've got meaningful vehicles. So what do I mean by that? Realistically, when you think about it, we haven't really gotten any vehicles that are relevant in the PvP meta in really a couple years. Pretty much since the Oppressor Mark II. Now, does that mean I want an Oppressor Mark III? No, absolutely not, of course not. But a weaponized vehicle that could maybe act as a counter to the Oppressor Mark II, or just something that's useful in PvP situations in 2020. Like, you look back to the Casino DLC, the Casino Heist DLC, and even the Summer Special DLC we got this year. We definitely did get some cool vehicles, but none of them really changed the PvP meta. So it's something like a new jet, maybe a new helicopter, something creative that has its own sort of unique ability. Like, one of my favorite vehicles is the Akula, because it's the only vehicle that can go off the radar, and that's what makes it unique. It's one of the only vehicles in the game that has its own sort of special perk that makes it different to everything else. So some vehicles like that, at least one vehicle like that that has something we haven't seen before, would be really good to change things up. Next up, I got heist replayability. One of the best parts about the Diamond Casino Heist was how replayable it was. You had 3 different approaches. You had silent and sneaky, big con, and aggressive. And for each approach, there were sort of multiple approaches to that approach. You had multiple entrances, exits, and disguises to choose from, right? Like, I think with the big con, how many disguises were there? You had group sex, maintenance, bug stars, young ancestors, and I don't know if I'm missing one, but that's at least 4 different ways to approach the heist just with the big con approach. So just that alone adds heaps of replayability to the heist, and it gives the heist, and really the whole DLC, a longer lifespan beyond just the first week after it comes out. This time with the Cayo Perico Heist, we're gonna have a whole island to attack this from. Now, we already know that approaches are definitely coming back. In the newswire, they said choose your tools, choose your approach, choose your crew, or even go it entirely alone. So hopefully we at least get the same number of approaches as we did last year with the casino, especially since they're saying this is the biggest DLC ever. And just thinking about that gets me really excited, man. Knowing we're gonna have to go to and from this island. So in my mind, I'm thinking we could attack this via plane, submarine, boats, I don't know, maybe even more approaches, I don't know. But it seems like there's gonna be a lot of potential for replayability here, so let's just hope Rockstar actually executes on this and puts as much effort into this part of it as possible. The fourth thing I want to see is don't make the previous heists irrelevant, in particular the Diamond Casino heist. One of the main problems with the Diamond Casino heist last year was the fact that it pretty much made every single money-making method completely irrelevant. Besides glitches, the casino heist is the best money-making method in GTA by far. You can pretty easily make, you know, well over $1 million per heist, and nothing really comes close to that in terms of money per hour. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely hope the Cayo Perico heist is the highest paying heist we've had in the game, or else no one's gonna play it, but I hope it isn't, like, substantially better than any other money-making method in the game. It should be better, but not so much better that you'd never play any other heist in the game again. Next up, I've got a new business, and this is a really tricky one because I kind of look at businesses differently to most people. It seems like the entire community just wants a new business every DLC, but then at the same time complains that businesses are repetitive and boring. Personally, I don't actually think we're going to see a new passive or active business in this update. I think we'll just see something similar to the arcade last year. I go back and forth on whether the arcade is actually a business, because really it's just a heist property. You don't really make much money from it outside of the heist. And I think this is probably the safest option for this DLC as well. Look, man, we just don't need a new business in GTA Online. You've already got 2 CEO businesses with the vehicle warehouse and the cargo warehouses. You've got 5 MC businesses, a bunker, a nightclub, and 3 heist properties already. You got the high-end apartment, facility, and arcade. And like I said, I think we're just going to get another heist property for this one. And it looks like that heist property is either going to be the giant submarine or something at the back of the casino, because we know this door has been under construction for a few weeks now as a teaser for this update. So something's definitely going on at the casino. We don't know what it is just yet, but we'll find out soon. Either way, I think a heist property is the best option because we already have way too many businesses in the game that makes it extremely confusing for new players. And yeah, and on top of that, I didn't even mention we've got the arena workshop as well. So there are way too many properties in this game already that make it too confusing. If they are going to add another one, just make it a heist property that hopefully isn't too confusing. And finally, I think we all want this heist and everything that comes with the heist to be affordable. There's been rumors going around that you need the submarine to start the heist. I think that's a pretty good chance that that is the case. And there's been other rumors going around that the submarine is going to be around $10 million, which I think is complete rubbish and fake. No way Rockstar would lock a heist behind a $10 million paywall. But we're not just talking about the submarine. Hopefully every property and vehicle isn't priced ridiculously high, like we saw with the super yacht a few years ago, for example. And I don't really think they will be. With the casino heist last year, arcades were around the $2 million mark. So I would expect the submarine to be somewhere around that same maybe $2 to $3 million mark, maybe $4 million max, I think. And then we're going to be getting a bunch of vehicles as well. We don't really know how many. So while I hope it's going to be affordable, I'd still recommend saving somewhere around $30 million if you want to buy most or all of the stuff in this update. So there you have it, man. There's a quick little wish list for the upcoming update and DLC. If you're excited for the Cayo Perico heist, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. You're not going to want to leave it up to chance to see if YouTube decides to recommend my DLC videos to you. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on those. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Favorite color, money green. Paper. I've been on my grind since I was in the 7th grade. Had my first kid, I was only 17. Always a provider for my pack like Wolverines. But you won't find me on the